So accurate.
Do you want to do that again?
You want me to start from the top?
Just
Wait,
slate it.
What model car was this?
It's like a
What is this again?
This is like a 1999 Dodge Neon
99 Dodge Neon.
with speakers that are like really bad.
Blown out.
Okay. Welcome to the Aquawizard podcast. My name's Sean. I'm here with Aquawizard. And what is this, number 13? I think this is podcast either 13 or 14.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 13.
Unlucky 13.
Definitely
Yeah.
13.
Cool. Yeah, we're just like in basement mode.
So, where is the lowest point in the house?
Yeah. Probably in the lowest point in our career, coincidentally.
Hopefully this is rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's only going up from here.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it could always go down more than you think.
Nope. That's not true.
It can.
Possible.
Yeah,
It's definitely
it's
possible.
I disagree.
Well, we'll see about that. But yeah, we're in the process of recording an EP. Just keeping our fans up to date on the latest news here. So we're gonna be tracking that probably January
Yep.
2025
Coming soon.
Release sometime spring
Yeah.
spring
Right
2025.
when it starts getting nice, might be some new things to hear.
Yeah, maybe a new single with the
see.
B-side
And
Maybe.
see.
around that time too.
Yep. Maybe something special.
Maybe yeah.
Getting nice in January?
No, like springtime.
Oh, okay.
When the album,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
When the
Okay.
album
It's gonna get
Gotcha.
recorded in January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, until then, stay tuned for possible maybe some demo release
Ooh.
stuff. Because we might be cracking one open soon in terms of music.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, pouring out
Could
for
you
your...
possibly be any louder when you drink that?
I actually like that ASMR stuff.
I wish I could do it without hearing what it sounds like. It's like makes it harder
Sure.
to not laugh.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
gonna
know.
try anymore.
I like that
Yeah.
sound though. It's a good sound.
It's good sounds. Yeah. We're rocking the ASS 3000, the Aquawizard Audio Wizard Sound System 3000.
Ass 3000.
It's an iteration on the ASS 2000. ASS 2000 was actually a better model recording device because
Yeah.
it had audio processing.
I always thought A2 was just faster as a whole.
Yeah,
You know,
just kind of more efficient, less old technology that's just like gluing crap together, like hanging on by a shoestring,
with
kind
like,
of.
doesn't have screens and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a Franken. I mean, some of that
That
stuff
uses
looks
like
miserable.
straight up VGA for video. That's,
wow.
that's the hookup
Some
there.
old
Nice.
ports.
Yeah, old school PC, standardized like 1984 probably. It's like it was an
Last-
advancement on the color standards before. I don't know if you know anything about like old computer, like 8-bit color.
Man, not really.
No,
I
like pre
Hard.
VGA, like I don't know.
like.
That's actually kind of I don't know too much about it myself, but
I mean,
Oh.
you were on a roll earlier. Like, I feel like you're about to.
drop some knowledge. No,
Yeah. I
Absolutely
certainly don't.
not.
I don't have anything to.
So
Color
I mean,
commentary.
because Sean is who he is, our setup went from V2, which was very efficient and modern, to V3, which is less efficient and not modern
And not even
But-
quite vintage, really.
because it's neat.
Yeah.
Like,
The one thing it does allow me to do is put it over there.
Yeah, that's true.
And
If
to
it
the,
didn't-
to the listener, over there means we now have the sound system like on the side of the practice space rather than being at the center of
Yeah.
the practice space.
It was like the main pillar. It was like the town square,
Right.
you know?
Yes.
You know, what if we had like a really small, how small of like devices do those get? Like, what if you had like infinite amount of money? Is that like the smallest that gets? They're tiny, teensy tiny ones?
There's much smaller.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like about the height of technology in 2005.
Oh, so they're probably much smaller
2007.
now.
Yeah.
But probably
Oh, yeah.
much-
Like
much-
one rack unit
Probably-
does all this.
Probably more bucks, I would imagine. A little
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aquabuck.
Although, this company, Behringer, they make like the cheapest possible version of a pro thing. They're like the budget version
Budget,
of
high
something
pro.
that's nice. And I guess I actually do have a Behringer thing in there, but that's only because I have such an old other thing that I needed that thing to do the thing that if you had more money,
Make it easier.
you know, yeah, it would be a whole hell of a lot easier. You just like plug in one thing.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So,
I get what you're saying.
but I like to work with what I got. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a very resourceful.
yeah.
I only will buy things unless I'm like I truly need them, and typically I have waited like a long time before I was like I actually should buy stuff, but I don't like, and when I get it, I'll have it for a long time.
Sure.
So
I tend to record things on my phone instead of buying things to record things with.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yep.
Yes. Classic.
yep,
And just shoot that over either via email or
I get it.
Drive. And, you know, straighten it out.
Heard that.
Heard that.
Too.
It is actually a lot more steps,
Nah.
but it's cheaper.
saves you bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I want to thank Aquawiz for sponsoring this episode. The latest from Aquaventures. Aquawiz. When you got a whiz.
Don't drink this.
Exactly.
How about
Tastes like piss.
don't wait, whiz?
Okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Maybe
I like
not.
it.
Maybe not.
Aquawiz.
We can shop it.
Whiz. Yeah. There's
Forget mixed drinks. Drink Aqua Whiz. It's pre-mixed.
Mix
so
your
you
whiz.
just have to drink the whiz.
Don't need to know what's inside.
That's not important.
May contain real piss.
Yeah, it will for sure.
And
I mean,
maybe
that's
not.
the calling card.
That's the Aquawiz secret.
Yeah.
There's
not-
actually like a folded piece of paper at the bottom. And once you finish it, you can fish that out. And if you read it, it says yes or no. And if it says yes, it means there was piss.
Oh.
And if it says no, it means you got lucky. There was no piss.
Here's a joke.
You lucky boy?
All of them say yes.
But you have to drink the whole thing first.
All of them say yes.
Wait, why wouldn't you just dump it out in like a different container and then look at it, and then if it is,
Because
then
that
don't
would be
drink it.
cheating. And it's still going to say yes.
Maybe it should say Aquawiz no cheating on it, so people know.
cheating.
They know if
No cheating.
No cheaters.
They know that if they do it, it's cheating. And
Yeah.
it's like,
That's a good idea. We should definitely print that on there.
Or
idea.
we wouldn't tell anybody why it's there.
they just have to figure it out.
Yeah. Just put yes or no, and then like some stupid little QR code on the back.
My question is, how are we going to source all of our whiz bottles? You know, we don't have any type of person to be able to. We don't, what are we going to put the whiz in, man?
We got a whiz guy.
That's true.
I don't know a whiz guy. You got? I mean, technically, we're all whiz guys.
We're whizzes in our own special way.
That's
You know what I mean?
also yes. That's another.
I'm not sure there's a supply problem on that end. It may be more the container end of the
Yeah.
situation.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
the main ingredient is not a problem. Like that will happen. It's natural. It's just it's
Andrew,
all
you got
natural.
a milk jug guy, right?
No, not anymore.
No? What happened? You had a falling out?
Yeah, we just didn't work out. I paid for more jugs than he gave, and then we had an altercation, and now I don't have a jug guy.
Drugs?
Jugs.
Jugs.
Just like jugs of water.
Okay.
Milk jugs.
Yeah, or water jugs, just jugs.
Okay.
Oh, so you had a jug guy.
It didn't work out though.
Oh.
You got to find someone else.
Did he ever provide like musical jugs that you can like blow and blow
Those
into
were
and
those.
play?
Yes, but they were like a little bit extra, and they weren't that great of quality. They didn't give you the low whistle that you're looking for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? It just was
It's
like,
got to really resonate.
well, I think it
more
was
of
like
a-
thinner glass, and so it just
I
didn't.
see.
It just didn't have that like nice chunky.
Like a lower grade.
Yeah, he was
More,
like
it's more
always
like a
trying to sell that.
memorabilia tourist kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing, not like
Yeah.
a legit like
He
this is the
wasn't
real deal.
like a good milk jug guy. I mean, he's trying to
Yeah.
sell me that stuff all the time, and it's like I know that's
Yeah.
really bad.
Shout out
more-
to
more
mediocre
decorative.
milk jug guy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like
wherever you are.
I'd like my $400 back. If they're listening.
Yeah.
So what's on the Aquawizard agenda, Sean? You're steering the Aquawizard boat.
Yeah.
We need your Aquawizard agenda.
Well, I feel like my leadership style is kind of I trust
Like
the
an
boat
open floor.
I trust the crew
That's nice.
to do
That's nice.
just do your jobs.
Yeah.
Come on. Just do your jobs. I trust you.
Right.
So-
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just do your job.
But no, yeah. We were gonna talk about doing the EP, which I think is going great. I love using the old technology. I feel like it's one of those things. It's kind of like it's a limitation, but it makes a good amount of creative sense to do so, and kind of like, oh, okay,
And it doesn't change the process on that high of a level,
yeah,
right? Like it doesn't really change things that much.
yeah. We were
So
gonna
it's not,
play
like,
the songs
completely different
together,
from what we were
probably.
used to.
and- yeah.
I don't really notice that it sounds much different, to be honest. Like,
Well, at first we were having issues with the levels.
yeah, but
Like, you
once
couldn't
all
hear
they got
stuff.
fixed, it's still like, I don't know. I thought it sounded okay. Like just
Yeah.
the level. Okay, like the level's fine, but
Yeah,
quality, it sounds just as good as any
yeah.
other.
And it just has more room to sound better once it's actually balanced and processed and stuff.
Oh yeah, because you said these are like dry.
This is like straight up, yeah, we're just
Out of
listening
the
to direct
box.
signals.
Cool.
Yeah, uh-huh.
too
So
spooky.
before you were kind of like pre-mixing everything
Yeah.
so that it sounded cool in our headphones as we
Yeah.
were playing it.
There was a very slight delay, but it's such a slight delay that most people don't notice the delay. But other than that, yeah. It was nice, but then like I couldn't really do a whole lot on my laptop because it was just like doing all of the things, recording and
Takes up a lot of
processing.
resources.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so
like,
this basically gives you two computers.
yeah, it
see.
is.
I
It's-
understand now.
Yeah, now I got a 2-computer system, and because that old system
One and a
doesn't
half,
really have the
maybe.
memory to do amp simulation and stuff, I was like, let's just do the direct monitoring queue system. And so we're listening. I don't know if I really notice a difference, but it might be a very subtle difference of having absolutely zero latency versus the old system, which had like a very tiny, like less than, like it was like 6 milliseconds latency.
But it's like
It was-
enough to where you're like, you knew.
you didn't I think around 10 milliseconds for audio is kind of like you start to notice it then. So like if it's less than that, I feel like maybe you could feel like a slight delay. But here's the thing is like the time that sound takes to travel from a source to you is usually about, I want to say about 3 meters per second or so. No, that's not right. That's obviously not right. No. I don't know. What?
Not necessarily obvious. Because
Well-
obviously, like when you go to a show and you're a distance away, you hear the sound after people closer hear the
Yeah, it's what I think I meant. I'm like on the wrong scale. I think like 100, like it travels like 3 meters in like 100 milliseconds or something like that. So there is, or maybe like 10. I don't remember.
Isn't 100 milliseconds like 1 second?
No, it's a tenth of a second.
Okay.
1,000 milliseconds.
Okay.
1,000 milliseconds
I was
would be a
off
second.
scale wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, milliseconds are slightly. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
The decimal thing,
Yeah.
like how many decimal points, and then just like the standard naming convention for them and stuff.
Yeah.
Because hours, minutes, and seconds are 2, and then milliseconds are 3.
Yeah, those are totally different. Divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, I have a question. Have you mentioned at all in any of the podcasts that the other computer that's running a lot of this is running on life support? It basically doesn't have a face. It's like an elder. It's like way in the elder phases of a computer.
Hell yeah.
It's like you're making it breathe on its own and without it.
It's got an iron lung.
It's basically the guy from
strapped
Metallica's
to
One,
Oh yeah.
like the soldier that can't see or hear,
Yeah, but it's still like a lot. That's this
but it's still alive and has to
2008
live with that.
2008 MacBook.
Yeah.
Am I correct
It
on that?
is. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I
2 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh god.
Hell yeah. Really decked it out back then.
fans are on all the time. I bet if they work. 2
Some kinda-
gigabytes of RAM.
There's not much you can do with just that these days.
You can like open up like
You
Safari.
may be able to run Chrome barely. Chrome may tear that up.
It can.
Well,
What can it run?
Yeah. Well,
It'd do some
this is the
damage.
thing is the way I'm using it is low resource and that's okay. So mid 2000s audio professionals were really good at using shitty computers to do audio stuff because all it has to do is write to memory and then memory writes to the disk. And so an audio is actually not all that much data compared to video.
Even in like a WAV file, which is like lossless.
That's like the best possible audio you
like
can have
tiny.
compared to video.
It's like so small. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, there are so many like long ass songs that are like MP3s that are just tiny files.
Yeah.
They sound
So-
great.
Our WAV files higher quality than like FLAC files?
They are.
Oh,
Really?
They're like the
I didn't know that.
they're like the
Yep.
peak.
I
If you're
thought
gonna
FLAC was like the peak.
that's what I thought.
FLAC, I mean, you literally can't hear a difference between WAV files and FLAC files. However,
too. I can't hear a difference between any of them.
yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
all sound the same
Right.
until like MP3 above or like below 100 kilobits per second. I think then you can start hearing like the squish, squish, the low. Then you can be like, all right, that's a low
it's like
quality.
you're hearing
Yeah.
the pixelies.
Yes.
It's
you're-
like seeing,
You're-
the resolution on it.
yeah, you're
see it
you're
get worse
hearing
the
the
bigger it
pixels,
gets.
man.
Yeah.
Like the audio from ringtones in like the mid 2000s
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you had to buy.
Uh-huh. People paid money for that.
Yeah.
Did anybody, you guys?
Yep, I did.
Really? All right, let's go around the horn. Brad,
What?
what did you spend your money on? A ringtone. Go on.
On with it.
It-
I can say one thing.
you know,
I-
actually, I
Yeah,
did.
okay.
I do that?
Okay, wait. You
Oh,
you
it was
gotta
like
tell
kill
us.
switch engage.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I would. That's worth it.
Did you buy any others?
No, I figured out how to just like
Download.
transfer MP3 files to my phone and then make
Damn.
it my
It's off to the races.
ringtone.
Yeah, that's
Once I figured that out, it was
Sean,
done with it.
what about you?
I paid for the mobile RPG version of Doom.
Oh,
It was totally worth it because that was an awesome game, and you could play it on like a T9 whatever mobile phone. You know,
like the old Verizon phones.
oh wow.
You would
That's
just,
how you
like,
did it.
Play Doom on it.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
because it had,
Is that
it had
like
like
that-
a keypad,
that gray,
like an arrow
like-
pad, right?
It doesn't
Yeah.
flip or anything. It's just like
No,
a solid phone.
those ones flip.
It was a flip phone.
It's like okay, it was like
Was
everyone
it
got
silver?
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I had one of those.
Motorola.
Eh,
Is
yeah.
what
That
you
was my
said?
second,
There's a
actually.
Verizon.
It had internet,
Everybody had
a
that
version
phone.
of internet.
Everyone had that phone because it was like the one that you got when you like got a new line.
Yeah.
And those were like really cool.
Yeah.
Still. T9.
Well, it
Yeah.
was so popular that they made a thing of Doom for it, and I
Yeah.
bought it. So
I'd say that's my
I got a
investment.
hand-me-down phone for my first phone, and it was one that's just like a solid. It's basically like a miniature like landline phone.
Okay.
Like it's solid. It has like a little black and white or green and black, however you want to say it, but like that screen. But like it's just a
Yeah.
phone with
Yeah.
like it's just a.
What the heck is that?
Something's going on up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got. it's like a regular phone with like the buttons on it, and then there's a little tiny screen and like a
Can
little.
we talk about the murder
antenna?
that's happening upstairs?
There's
that
some
is.
type of murder.
I heard that, and it sounded like somebody was like,
No, there's like a movie that.
Oh, okay.
It was like Alicia.
That sounded like a chimpanzee being like slaughtered.
like
Straight
somebody's
up.
being chased, and they're screaming as they're being chased.
Yeah.
Something's a little off here.
Should I be worried?
Yeah.
I had it. My first phone was a Sony Ericsson, and it was just like that. And one time it went off in like an English class, and I couldn't. It was like locked, but it was locked, but also ringing, and it was super loud, and I got in trouble. It's like,
Andrew.
and I couldn't like text
How
or anything.
dare you.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do anything with this phone unless somebody calls me. I'm not gonna answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I never paid for a ringtone. I was. They always just. My cousin always would just like send them to me.
I think unless you were like, oh my god, I can't believe they have this ringtone for this band.
Yeah.
I think most people would not. But I could see myself getting excited for like a kill switch engage ringtone.
And they just
like,
build it
really?
to your phone bill. And I didn't have to see that.
Yeah.
See
And
that?
it's one ringtone, so
Yeah, no one's gonna say
nobody's
Yeah.
gonna even notice.
under the radar.
Like, what is it? 50 cents? Okay.
Right.
Dude.
you get up every morning. You're like, man, I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Dude, who's the cool guy who has the kill switch engage ringtone?
Yo, dog, that's me.
No, but
I gotta be friends with him.
then everybody has the same one too. They're all like, everybody's the cool guy.
Started a trend, Brad.
Yep, I did my best.
I'm gonna make my ringtone a kill switch engage ringtone,
That'd be
and make sure it's sub 100 kilobits per second
Yeah,
MP3 quality.
No pixel sounds, or maybe you do want.
Oh, extra pixel sounds. Yeah,
maybe
the
you
more
want to mimic
pixel.
that
yeah.
early 2000s.
I just really want to get into that vibe again. You know,
I mean,
Dude, just
as long
keep-
as it's
how
not,
far
as long
can
as
you
you
go?
don't, it's not any of the songs post as daylight dies. Like anything after that, I don't know about. Like, cause I got past that at that point. So
yeah.
that means anything past the last album I was interested in doesn't exist.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Might as well.
That's how
reinforce
music
that
works.
view.
Yeah.
There's like 2 Norma Jean albums I was like so into, and then just like fuck those guys. Terrible.
They've actually put out some really good albums. Since
Really?
then, yeah.
Nice.
I remember you used to listen to them and like play Halo 2 and like go find hidden objects.
Because you could like get out of bounds in Halo 2 and
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
So there's just something about that nutso music, and just
Or maybe you made like a Halo video and put that song
Oh,
to
yeah.
it or something.
I did. That's in
Gameplay
the
footage.
That's in the one of the full. That's in one of my video things. A
Nice.
collection of videos that I have
Yeah.
from that time period.
Yeah.
It was really exciting. Like you want to go out of bounds in Halo, and there's a goddamn soccer ball.
Yeah.
That is,
They're like, obviously they knew you were gonna come out of bounds.
yeah.
Fuck around.
They're like, dude, just leave it.
Yeah.
There'll be a game with outside of the game and in the game.
Yeah. I did hear that the development was especially rushed. Like they could have gone back and like cleaned up all that
like,
stuff,
"No, just leave
but
it."
they were like, "No, we don't have time to do this shit." Just,
They're also going to know that people
just
are
ship
going
it.
to love that anyway.
yeah,
That was back when you had to just ship it, and that's the way it was.
yeah. There's going to be no updates.
Nope.
So
Updates weren't even something that you thought about. They just happened and you're like, damn it. Now I gotta wait for this.
they did update it when they added like bonus. They actually had downloadable content back then.
Oh wow.
And they had like extra multiplayer levels that you could download. And when you downloaded those levels, it patched your game. 'Cause I remember like, oh, you can do these weird glitches, but don't download this multiplayer game, even though they put it out there for free. Like maybe that was
it's really
like
to patch things up.
maybe that was like an early way to like force an update to a bunch of people.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
They're pretty good at that
They
now.
probably
Yeah.
knew that there was an issue. Like most games have like some type of issue with it when it comes out. If you all of a sudden have like the internet and you're able to do that, they're like, well, let's just fix it in a free update.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's throw in a free level. In
it's
there.
like free level, and then in tiny print, it's like in other gameplay changes.
And we fixed the glitch. No
Yeah.
more soccer ball. That would have sucked if they got rid of the soccer ball, but I don't know.
They kept it in there.
I think they did. Pretty sure.
We got it.
I had
Children
LAN
love the
parties
soccer
at my
balls.
house in high school. So I'd have like 8 of my best friends over and we'd just like play Halo in my basement with 2 Xboxes.
That's a lot of fun to do that.
all night. It was great.
It is, yes.
But my friend with the other Xbox had like put all of his Dragon Force albums on his Xbox. So he would jam that back at the other end of the room while we're playing. So like my team could never actually like listen to anything because he's just like blaring Dragon Force on the other
Okay,
side of the room.
That sounds like a little hardcore.
Very hardcore.
That sounds like they almost would like ruin the experience a little bit. I'd be like, why are you doing this?
A funny story is one time I did that and one of my friends went upstairs and for some reason he put a rubber band on the sprayer for my parents' like sink.
Yeah.
And like we all went up there and my dad was up there and he turned on the sink and got sprayed. And he's like, who did this? And then my friend's like, I did. He's like, good job.
Good job.
Why?
You reinforced that behavior.
Like, why
I'm
did
like,
you?
Dad, why didn't you say I did a good job? Because I was doing the right thing. I wasn't doing anything wrong.
What about me?
Like, shut up, Brad.
You don't even know his name.
He gets a good job.
Tell you what, I want to hang out with this kid more.
He's like, I'm not even mad. Like, that's actually a really good joke. I'm pretty good. I'm okay with that. I'm a little wet, but I can handle it.
He's like, also, you're going home. Pack your shit.
Walk back downstairs. You can't actually play this live. You can't actually play this live because it's all studio magic and we're not actually that great at our instruments.
All right, don't say that. That's gonna confuse. But we're gonna have
Can you like maybe
playbacks.
I'm making fun of Dragon Force.
Yes. Okay. Great.
That's
Okay, great.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Good.
gonna
That's
have
what we were talking about too.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to work on those lyrics.
Yeah. We're all very good, and they're live, and nothing's recorded being played out. Don't think about it.
We are good. Don't think about it.
Stop thinking about that.
Just don't even worry about it. That's okay.
Change your subject. Show of hands. Who's got corn in their teeth?
I actually do. I'm actually raising my hand. Got corn in my teeth.
I guess yeah.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do
Well-
you really?
I mean, would
Do you just want to fit in?
Are you just yeah.
The corn clan?
I don't want
That's
porn on my
pretty
teeth.
I don't.
suspect.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to be a part of that.
It's not very.
That's fine.
That's honest.
No, I do think my teeth are pretty cleared out
Nice.
in terms of the corn.
Sean, do you ever have braces?
I did, yeah.
Brad, did you?
Yeah, they tore up my cheeks.
I had like a
Retainer.
limited amount of braces in front only for
Yeah.
some reason. But then I had 2 retainers after that. And also when I had braces, I had headgear.
Oh, I remember
That was pretty
weird.
bad.
Yeah,
Wait,
me
did
too.
you have to wear that at school?
I never wore it.
I wore it at school like for one day, and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not doing this."
Dude, I
but like
wish.
sometimes I remember having to wear it at like church and stuff, and like out in public. Sometimes
at at like Richards or like Lincoln Square.
Lincoln Square, yeah.
I'm
exactly.
just trying to get the mashed potatoes.
I had a lot of trouble
Give
because
me my fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
Like, ew, no.
you're supposed to wear those rubber bands,
I did not.
but
have to wear
I would get like, what's the word for it? Like, were you afraid of small spaces?
Claustrophobia?
Yeah, I would get claustrophobic because I couldn't open my mouth,
Yeah,
and it would freak me out so
mean, that's
much
kinda
that I
scary.
had to. I couldn't wear them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my entire braces situation was worthless because at the beginning they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to take out 4 of your teeth
Whoa.
because your mouth isn't big enough for your teeth."
Yikes.
And then I'm like,
Which teeth?
I'm like
Not your wisdom
13. I'm
teeth,
like,
right?
"You're not taking my teeth." And then I got braces anyway, and now I still have too many teeth, but I don't have braces anymore.
I
Shoot.
feel like that's a success story.
So
Yeah.
then they just like move around and are like, "Hey, get out of my way." I'm
Just
your
having a
teeth.
little
Figure it out.
shindig in
They
there.
figure it out. It's a crowded party,
Yeah.
but everyone's fitting in there. You know, there's no
Yeah.
still like a fire
Yeah,
escape.
as long as I
Still
keep my mouth shut, it's okay.
I think they all works out. I didn't have braces. I almost got them, but
It's expensive.
yeah, it was kind of a big.
And it's
reason.
also really painful,
It's extremely
especially at the
painful.
beginning. Well, because these wires are connected to your teeth and they're literally like pulling them.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't that hurt like all the time?
It did.
It
Yeah.
does for like
Yeah.
I don't know, like the first week at least. You're really sore.
Like, can you sleep? I've
No.
always wondered like what that.
Sleeping is hard.
Can't sleep.
Do you have like stuff to put on your gums for like not ripping
do.
up your
You
And-
could.
like wax?
It comes off right away
Okay.
Well,
because your saliva breaks it down.
Sean, it sounds like you had a pretty positive
when I had braces, I also
experience.
played trumpet.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You know.
So for a while, I used that like dental wax, and I put it over top of the spikes up here,
yeah.
and then I'd try and play that way. But I'd
Yeah.
still end up with like my upper lip being completely torn up.
Yikes.
Man,
Did you have braces at that time too, Sean, when you were playing trumpet?
Well, I switched from trumpet to baritone,
Yeah.
and the baritone, it does have a wider mouthpiece,
Be a little gentler.
but it is like a big cup of metal shoved into your teeth on your lips. So
yeah.
that sounds
it's just not
there's,
pleasant.
There's the cup of metal, and then there's like these little round metal spikes,
Mm-hmm.
and those push on each other
Yep.
from each side, and it's pretty.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with like semi crooked teeth. That doesn't sound worth it.
No. Yeah. It's
I did. This
unless
is,
your teeth are like way
Wait,
out
To
of
be
whack,
fair,
and
my
you're
teeth
like,
would be
okay.
really screwed up if I hadn't had braces.
this is an
Yeah.
interesting.
It'd be really
thing
bad.
that when I was
I
like
wonder what mine might be a little weird. I don't know.
when I was in 6th grade, I had this bottom tooth come in, but my baby tooth like wedged out and it didn't pop out. And so they were like, I had to get that like eventually popped out. But the next thing that happened that was extra weird is that this front tooth was like really crooked. It was like slanted in. So I kind of had like slanty front teeth for a little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
And the dentist was like, listen, here's what you're going to do. Like you could either get braces in like a couple years or push on that tooth like all the time as hard as you can. He
Oh
was
my
literally
God.
like push on it as hard as you can all the time and it will straighten out if you do that. And it totally did.
Oh my gosh.
I like did it
nuts.
all the time. I was so worried about it because I was gonna have to get braces.
How old were you? Second grade? Is
I was
that what
12.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like this one was like crooked in, and then like a year later, I went back, and he was like, "Yeah, you did it. Congratulations."
You did it, man.
I just would sit and push on
you
that
stuck
tooth.
with it.
I would push on that
That's
tooth.
determination right
all,
there.
Yeah.
no, it became
Yeah.
became a routine, and as like everything I did, and then like even after it was straightened out, I had to stop because I had developed such like a habit.
Yeah, habit of doing the thing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's close as I got. I heard a lot of Brace's horror stories as a kid.
My
Close one you got there.
my freshman year of college, my permanent retainer on top like popped off of one of my teeth. So it decided to do the thing it was not supposed to, and I ended up with like a lisp and like teeth that went like this.
Different angled teeth.
So
man.
I had to get braces again just on those two teeth as a freshman in college.
That's weird.
No.
Yeah, that's got to be rough.
I didn't do a teeth smile very often.
Yeah.
You got to learn to not smile with your teeth. Yeah.
I got like little tiny baby teeth attached to a couple of my teeth, and I asked the doctor about it. He's like, "Yeah, I guess we could shave them off, but it'd probably be painful and not worth it."
Like just they'll come
And
out. They'll pop out.
yeah,
So you
they're
had-
not even really baby teeth. They're just kind of like extra little cliffs on the side of my teeth.
Oh, it's like
I don't,
those will
I don't
come
like
off.
that.
I don't like that.
Like that.
Fair enough, man.
They're,
I-
hey,
yeah,
they're not
that's-
causing any
I don't
problems.
like the mental image.
That's your
Yeah.
opinion.
like
It's
little,
just
well,
color
I'm just like
teeth.
imagining there is a like genetic disorder that causes people to grow extra rows of teeth,
Oh my god.
That's pretty
and
creepy.
it's
kinda like
kind of
that.
my nightmare.
Oh yeah.
There's something about teeth. Like I don't know what the
Yeah.
psychology is there, but something about like multiple
Yeah.
rows of teeth really
Yeah.
grosses me out.
Very unnatural.
I mean, that is
That
like
is
an
it's
alien
a theme
like,
Yeah.
of nightmares about teeth.
Well, I just
and-
figured I was unique in that.
oh, did you ever like what was
No.
the
I definitely feel that way.
what is like an animal that has like that?
I want to
What
say
sense
like
of teeth?
deep sea fish.
Yeah.
Have
Oh yeah, yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that going on.
Well, I was watching River Monsters last
Ah.
week.
Oh,
Yes,
that
yes.
explains it.
There you
Okay,
go, bud.
okay.
And there's actually like a relative to a piranha
Hmm.
that doesn't eat meat, but it basically has like a full mouth of like human molars,
Oh my god.
and that's its teeth.
That's
So when it
just-
opens its mouth, it's like this really like crazy smile, and you're like, "Wow, good for you," but also like that's gross.
it's also like
That's
I'm
a
gonna,
fish.
I'm gonna
It is
chomp
gross.
you.
How
Well, that was actually like the. So River Monsters like takes rumors of like scary fish in the local waters.
Rumor
and
monster.
So like the rumor here was that there were fish in this river that tend to kill men who get in the river to like bathe because it eats nuts that fall into the water.
Okay.
Is this the monster?
So yeah, they're basically
right.
like
Why does it need all those teeth?
to
I
crack
could see
nuts.
if you're a nut eating fish, you're gonna need molar
why
like
not,
teeth
like-
to.
Why teeth? I mean,
Okay,
I don't know.
that should be a topic of an Aquawizard.
So like he was a monster.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were the
A
river
nut-eating
monster
fish
because
with molars.
because they would.
That's nightmare fuel for sure.
They basically castrated men who got in the water, and then they bled out and died in the water. Like that was,
Oh, like human nuts.
and they were trying to figure out what. Yes. Well, I mean, they
I
eat
thought you were
like
talking
plant
like
nuts.
chestnuts and stuff.
Yes, but I was insinuating
cashew nut.
Yeah.
that the reason they were
And
considered a river monster was
macadamia
because
nut.
of like
Nut.
Yeah.
what they were doing
The-
to human
nut.
nuts.
Yeah, the nut-like characteristics of the male testicles.
Because they don't
Oh.
they don't see too good.
Yeah,
So like he
that's the
starts he
subtext.
starts fishing close to the village, and he catches a few, and I'm like, this isn't really big enough to do the thing that they're saying he's doing. And then he goes out kind of into the wilderness, and like these like aquatic, like the Everglades. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
trees that grow out of the water, and he fishes there, and there's like this big ass fish that has like basically a full mouth of molars. And he's like, yeah, that could do it. So that may be what did
I'll
this.
say.
Jesus.
And I'm like, that could do it. I don't want to think about that anymore.
Holy moly.
But there is a fish that instead of eating meat, I mean, it's like a vegetarian
Eats
piranha.
It eats
It
little
looks like a
salads and
piranha,
stuff.
except it's got a really clear smile.
Yeesh.
And it's not a friendly fish.
That's not good, man.
It's like aggressive. It's an aggressive
Like
fish.
it's a creepy smile, not a happy smile.
Yeah, it's more like a grimace.
It's like it's like for like, you know, when you see like those Korean horror movies,
like that.
It's like an uncanny valley smile. Like those,
Oh, dear.
Those like horror movies are really good at like doing that.
Andrew's afraid
yeah,
of like
because,
deep water.
like,
What if you're in deep water with like a school of those
I wouldn't
fish
need-
with molars?
Yes, that would suck. But the deep water part is the first. How deeper am I sinking?
I guess the thing that's creepy about it is because like until they like open their mouth to like do the fish breathing thing, like it just looks like any other fish.
Until it,
And then
it's
it
too
like
close.
does that like breathe, like I can't breathe thing, and it's like,
Opening its
and you're like, no,
mouth all the way up.
no.
Ooh.
But by that
I don't
point-
think that should exist.
And by
Yeah.
that point, it's like very close to you.
Yeah.
To see the smile.
Disturbing.
I imagine, Brad, you're like snorkeling and you're like, whoa, 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 like the bubbles are coming up. It's like in Jaws where he sees the shark and he sees like a dead guy and he's like, whoa. It's like a bunch of
It's a bunch of
bubbles.
teeth fish.
Yeah.
No, it's like Brad's got his like goggles on underwater. It's like he comes out, he's just like, get the fuck out of here. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Like, what did you see,
The
man?
river monsters are here. They're here.
They got the teeth.
You're like, that's weird. There shouldn't be a wake at this hour in the river.
Did you just say they have teeth?
What is that very large thing underwater coming right at our little boat? Brad, you're like, this stupid motor won't start. I'm so scared.
I'm sick of this aqua stuff. I don't want it anymore.
Dude, me too. I just want to get off this river.
Why does it have to be all water?
Wait, I'm in like, Mark, I'm in like a huge life preserver.
Like you're looking pretty safe.
No, like I'm in the middle, like trying to stay dry. Like, dude, I don't want to be in this shit either. Like, what do you think I feel?
Go home
I don't like that you said you saw something underwater. That really bothers me.
with teeth,
And the motor
but
won't
like
turn on.
not sharp teeth.
He's like, no, it's like molars or something.
It's like it's got a whole mouth of
They could
molars.
chomp on some broccoli pretty well, probably.
Definitely, I think I saw corn in its teeth.
It's like a bluegill ate your grandmother's spare teeth.
Brad, just chill out.
There's
Dude.
kernels in there. Kernels in the teeth.
It's like, whoa, I think the boat moved. Like, guys, I'm like really, I would be so useless in that scenario. I would be like trying to text somebody. Like, hello.
You're just like, yo, having a bad time right now.
Can you get someone,
What kind of
someone
fish
pick
is
me
this?
up?
You're like laying in a inflatable like donut thing, and like you like look, you're like chilling, and you're like, yeah, this
You were
is
like,
nice.
I'm gonna bail.
And you look over, and there's like
In the water.
there's like 5 big ass fish giving you like a full white smile, like we've been brushing every day.
We've been
And they want
You see
you
our
to,
teeth?
they want you to see their pearly whites.
with and using Crest 3D white strips, brought to you by Crest. Johnson and Johnson.
I just came here to
there we go.
relax.
Nice drop.
Oh, I like the idea of me floating and like I'm a bail, and it's like I'm even lower in the water. Am I trying to text like
You bail with the inner tube that has the cooler on it, and it's like too heavy. It's like too many beers.
and I'm trying to keep the beers in, and that's going to be my demise.
Yeah.
And then like all the water comes in and sinks it immediately. I'm like, oh, gadzooks.
Oh no.
And then all the beers are like bloop, bloop, and then a fish comes up. Like, yo.
Takes the beer can in its teeth.
And then my vest floats up by the boat. Just like completely
Bloodied.
completely shredded. You're like, man, Andrew's definitely gone.
Yeah, he's toast.
He probably died in the worst way possible.
You think he died of like getting ripped apart before he drowned?
He ran into
Probably.
those Amazon nut crunchers.
No,
Amazonian nut.
they're like, they definitely bit him, but he drowned. They bite and then pull you down.
Nuts.
They bit and he gave up. He's like, "Yep, I'm tapping out.
Yeah, I'll just die now.
I'm done."
No,
yeah.
but like you're in the inner
This is
tube
it.
and your nuts are in the water still. And you're like in the center part. And they just like pull you through the center
Or-
of the inner tube.
or you see
like you
me-
get like sucked through the middle.
Wait. You see me bobbing, and you're like, Andrew, are you okay? And you pull me out, and everything below my waist is just gone.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hey guys, he looks pretty uncomfortable out there.
bobbing torso.
Dude, I
basically.
touched it.
Hey Andy, are you all right?
Ew.
Ew, ew.
And I'm like, that's it.
Andy.
I turn around, I'm like, that's it. Oh, shit.
Are you all right, Andy?
Buddy.
I'm not all right now. I'll tell you, I'm not dead yet. I'm coming back. I'm sinking the boat.
Scale of 1 to 10, how scary was it getting pulled through that inner tube by your nuts?
Actually, it was horrifying. Should not have bailed out of the dinghy.
Yeah, we were all fine after that.
Yeah, it turned out okay.
I don't like fish with teeth like that either, though.
Yeah, no.
I think that's a very normal thing to like not like.
I just don't like teeth where they don't belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
In general.
Like, what if you like bit into like a piece of fruit?
And had teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would die right there. It would be over.
Imagine if you like cut a peach open.
I don't want to live in a world where that exists. It's
What if
just
one
done.
day you woke up and you just had like teeth growing on your like
Oh, you're like, oh, my elbow's so itchy. You're like, why is it so?
couple teeth coming in?
Why am I keep getting tartar under my fingernails? Wait a minute. I'm growing canines.
Yeah, I really don't like that at all.
That's
Those
bad.
are elbow
Dude,
knives.
and you look down and your toenails are starting to get calcified.
Nope, not happening. That is not going to happen.
Oh,
This,
That was
this
suck.
podcast
This
is
will
going to
haunt
be
my
a tough
dreams.
re-listen
This
for
is going to haunt
Bradley.
my
Yeah.
dreams.
Bradley's going to have a tough time.
like
with that.
Brad, imagine being like, all right, Brad, I just need you to sign your name and you can get this, and you do it, and you look and your like finger like
My
nails are
fingers
kind of
have teeth. Ugh,
yeah.
no.
Just one tooth per finger, per digit.
God. Oh, hey, we have a special guest.
Was that Joe?
No, don't
I
even,
think so.
I just make
He
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was.
nope.
It was.
Any
Busting
Rufus-
through with his big
Well,
old
he was
head.
being
Let me just,
polite,
uh,
Yeah,
to be
that's
fair.
very nice.
Yeah.
That was a good heads up.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, is this okay? And then you're like, no. And
Yeah,
he's like,
it's-
okay.
Yeah,
I guess I'll.
he is good about that. I'm
Any-
surprised he even went through the door. I wouldn't think he would do that.
Well, I thought
Eloise has no problem.
No, I thought it
busting
might have been
teeth.
Rufus. Rufus boops it open and lies in here too, but this is
Yeah.
just no dog.
Well, he probably doesn't know how easy the door is to just open if you want it.
Yeah, Rufus snoots it open whenever the sweeper comes out.
It is.
He does not like the sweeper. Or most.
He hates
sounds.
all machines,
Yeah.
things that are artificial.
He also hates it when I do this. Yeah, I can't do it right now. It's the water droplet sound.
Performance anxiety. Oh,
Yeah, it's kind
was a
of
good one.
it's hard to do, but he doesn't like when I do that.
Yeah.
So, like,
What
with
if there's like a
think
super
we
high
should-
frequency?
we should like record those and put them through a bunch of effects, and they're like little cool things we can add.
Dude,
And then that would drive all the dogs crazy.
Water
what
droplets.
if you reversed it?
Maybe
Dogs are acting strange again.
maybe when like you can do it a little bit more or we could maybe record it with like a high quality microphone, see if there's like
Something in there.
supersonics that drive the dogs crazy or something.
I almost feel
when
like
you've
if
actually
I mouth-
practiced your mouth noises.
I was just saying like when you can
Come back
you
when
know
you practice.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to be up there for an hour.
Yeah.
Being like,
Just-
everybody, we're not practicing until I get this. You're like, I brought all
Gotta
my-
get a clean take,
I
man.
brought all of my shit here.
You do 5 in a
to
row.
have you do a water drop sound that sounds bad.
Get your head in the game, man.
Where is your head right now?
It's gonna sound awesome with the clone on it, man.
No
sound
clone.
awesome.
No
Just imagine
clone.
how good it's gonna sound.
clone. No fuzz. You're gonna practice. You're gonna
Fuzz
put on
and
your
the
bass and you're gonna practice. Send me the water drop sound another time.
We'll circle back to this.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Like, dude, I'm just really feeling it right now. Like, no, if you were, it'd be happening.
John, were you gonna play us some audio stuff?
I could do that, yeah. I'd have to do a thing real quick, but let me see if I can do the thing, and
Well,
then we can go
have
and do
to
the thing. Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting around not doing a whole lot, so. All right, so all we got to do here, if you wanted to talk about something else, that'd be fine too.
Well, you know what else Andrew could do?
Right.
Is get like a talk box
Box.
and then play bass and use the talk box. Like it's like a little.
What's a talk box?
You ever seen one? Like it's like a little tube with like a.
Oh.
And you like make noises with your mouth, and it like affects how your instrument plays.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes.
That'd do
Little
it.
walls and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be pretty dope.
Andrew, have you ever
Duck
tried to
bucks.
like go sledding on these chairs?
No.
What do you think?
Well, we have like normal sleds.
I know, but these have backs on them and stuff. Like, I feel like they could go pretty fast.
They'd be kind of front heavy.
What's good is using just your saucer and just going head first, getting a running start, just sending it.
Yeah.
Like just going straight head in. If you fall, that's on you.
But I feel like this kind of a sled you could like crack a beer and just kind of go at your own
I'm not
pace.
fucking doing like a lazy river sled. I'm looking for ramps deep. I want to be bombing some hills. I don't want to be sledding in leisure. I want to be thrill sledding. Just on like the
That
smallest.
one time we went sledding
fastest-
with like those inner tubes, those went really fast.
Wait, when did you go on inner tubes?
They were like, it was at that resort place. Treetops or something? Or
Oh, yeah. For
and they had the sledding
we were with
hill.
Monica and Alicia.
Yeah.
It was in
But they had
yeah.
big old
Yes.
like inner tube ones
Yeah.
with like handles.
dude, those were a lot of fun.
Yeah, you could go really fast on those.
I really like that it had like a big hill that you went up to. Gaylord? It was up in Gaylord, I think, is what it
Maybe.
Dude, that was in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. That was like
Was that-
January of 2020.
Huh.
But yeah, dude,
a while ago.
that is fun. But that was a big hill. Like,
Yeah.
it was perfect too. That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
You could like run and just like, and then you got pulled up on a tow rope. So you go down the big hill.
yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You just get hooked up on the tow rope and it takes you back to the top. You're just sitting in your little inner tube. Like
right.
you basically
Nice.
get all the fun parts of sledding without the physical bad stuff of having to walk up
Yeah.
the
That
hill
does
you just
suck.
went.
When I was in junior high and my older brother was in high school, I would hang out with him and his band, and they would tie a sled to the back of one of their trucks, and they would drive
Hell
it
yeah.
down the country roads on
yeah,
the
dude.
ice that was on the roads.
It's very dangerous.
That's some
Yeah, it was a very bad idea.
Country sled.
I did that with a 4-wheeler, which is also really fun, but also
Wait,
probably pretty dangerous. too.
you were towed on something?
Yeah. At Mike Pratt's house. Shout out Mike Pratt.
Mike Pratt,
Hell yeah.
this is podcast
Got
for
pulled
you.
on a 4-wheeler on a sled. It was really fun.
Nice.
I think his dad,
you
dad
got
was
pulled-
doing it.
Dude, what if he just would have like slammed on the brakes? He just would have like sledded right on the.
I was
the
worried about
exhaust.
like being spun out into a tree or something like that.
That is also very concerning.
That is also very.
I would just figure Mike Pratt would like haul ass and then slam on the brakes and watch you like
Nah,
go
he was
under the
usually pretty
back.
cool about it.
And he's like, "Oh, gotcha." Like, Mike, come on, man. I'm new to this.
I'm going to pause the recording of the podcast very momentarily just to adjust something real quick. So stand by.
BRB.
Don't talk.
Gonna take a quick.
And now back to the show. All right, so I can play back some practice stuff, I guess. Why not? Let's see if this works.
Nice.
All right. This is Sea Horsing Around. The bass sounds pretty good in this mix here.
Yeah, it's nice.
This
and
is
fat.
This is out
Yeah.
of the box bass too.
Yeah, this
right?
is no processing,
Yeah.
just kind of,
Sounds like straight up bass sound.
yeah,
You know?
It's
Yeah.
very smooth
It's good and chunky.
yeah.
and consistent. Like the volume for everybody is consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I don't expect that, but like I
Usually
just noticed
Mark's
that.
drums are way louder, but they're kind of like taking a back seat, which is like, it's not as like overpowering.
It's
Yeah.
it's louder when we're in person, probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no getting around that.
Here's some more overheads.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me solo some stuff. So the kick drum doesn't really sound that good. And I think because I forgot to turn on a thing for the kick drum.
Ooh.
So, but I might be able to process
I
this.
was saying, like, when I was hearing the kick drum, it just sounded really raw and, like, kind of not forgiving,
Yeah.
Sean, you're like, I might be able to put a couple of effects on
A couple things on that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
it doesn't sound very, like, bassy or thuddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean fixed that in post.
Just slap some EQ on there.
Sean just puts the add bass pedal and it sounds perfect.
I mean,
That's amazing, actually.
There was, like, a whole, one of Sean's, like, video things where he, like, made the bass drum
Bassy.
sound, like, really bassy and good. And it was, like, an EQ thing.
Deep.
Yeah. Well, I do think I kind of fucked up the some settings, so I don't know if this is any better, but
That's
Well,
all right.
It's the first time using
Just,
this.
dude, keep
specific
going through
setup.
the
Just keep
Yeah,
it
okay,
rolling.
I like the sampler isolation. Okay, this is
so
sounding
there's
nice.
snare drum.
Nice snare, Mark.
Yeah, snare drum's working pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Snare. Drum. Snare drum.
What I'm gonna do with the overheads is I'm gonna blend them in here.
Ooh,
Just
here
gonna
we go.
fade them in here.
Oh, yeah. That sounded more like a live. That's got that live kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We just sound.
Yeah, and if I add a little EQ compression
Oh,
on this
yeah.
stuff, that'll
Yeah.
liven it up, give it a little character.
Nice.
Dude, yeah.
That's terrible.
I'm gonna mix in my voice because my voice has a lot of bleed, so I kind of want to hear what that sounds
with
like
the
with
drums.
Yeah.
That I want to. Yeah, would you still?
What does it sound like with no drums and just your mic?
With me
Yeah, still pretty.
if I
That's solid.
said
Yeah.
That I'd love to.
All right, let's blend in some bass.
Yeah.
Bass. Yeah.
I bet the bass sounds more prominent because there's no kick drum. Like,
yeah, that might have been part of the reason why.
Yeah, that's probably why this sounds so standing out so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still gonna. Let's see, maybe I can like jack up the kick drum low frequencies. Might help a little bit.
I actually like it better this way. Just leave it like
Slappy. That's a little better, I think.
Lappy.
Just a little slappy bass.
this. No, I just meant just bass and drums.
Oh, just bass and drum.
Slow song playing.
Alright, turn me off. There we go. I do like just kind of chilling out to the bass and drums.
If it sounds good with just bass and drums, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, anything else
And
for
if
me
it
is
sounds
just,
good with like just guitars, that's a good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure. Alright, speaking of guitars, a little goes a long way with the guitars. I don't have them turned up too loud.
I feel like we're explaining how this hit Coraline was made, and we're fading in our tracks as we're.
It's like a song exploder.
Yeah.
Dude, we should do that. Like, if we ever actually record an album, we should do podcast episodes that are like song
I
exploders.
said that.
We could do that.
I said that last podcast.
I just had a great idea, you guys.
Oh yeah, tell me about it, Mark.
I've got it on. It's on the. Go back and listen to it. It's
Yeah,
on,
well, I'm not
I
going to
wrote
do
it.
that and just be ignorant.
I
So.
wrote it in my phone as this like note because I was like, this would be great because we have all these early demos that Sean has had for like 10 years. That like even older.
Yeah, and like pull back the original recordings.
Yeah,
of them
and then
stuff.
hear
Yeah.
like demos, and then Sean has like an archive of just all that stuff.
Every version of every song we've ever
Yeah.
played.
I mean, it is true. Let's hear how Peppermint Wind sounds here. I don't really mind the direct guitar sound right now.
Honestly, all the direct stuff
Sounds pretty good,
Sounds,
yeah.
sounds just fine.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it needs.
Was this that
Stuff.
last take? Like the last run through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I felt really good about that last run through.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling
definitely hit a
confident.
wrong
I was
note.
feeling like, oh, you're a good boy, Brad.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Is this the clean guitar you guys were talking about?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, I wonder if you could play clean guitar right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds fine too, mixing them together. But I would be down for.
Then go back into,
Mm-hmm.
when it hits that part.
I do need to clean up my chord playing on a couple of these spots because I keep forgetting
Me too,
which one are
because
which.
like I just heard my really bad wrong note.
I was confusing the part where we play C sharp and D with the part where we play D and D sharp.
Oh, the.
Right.
I'm thinking of my.
Oh yeah, the part that goes din din din.
Yeah. It's the same part, but I always have to be like, this is the. Got the sharp part on.
Yeah.
It's
This
like a
one
little
starts C sharp.
I can hear myself searching for the note. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, where's the note?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Still searching.
still sounds pretty good. Like,
The note, no, that's not good. That's still not good.
Not quite right.
That's really not right.
There we go.
There we go. I found it.
Yeah.
kind of when the song hit a different spot too. So
Uh-huh.
kind of worked.
This part we play
Yeah.
D sharp.
Yeah. This is the.
I'm still searching.
I hear it. I'm hearing it. That's it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm searching for it.
Yeah. Do I have the synthesizers in here? Oh, they're muted.
Mark, I like your tom drum parts right here. That's a very, very, very modest, mousy toms.
That's not right.
Oh, can't
Brad.
find the synthesizer.
That's really not right.
Seems to work
I
pretty
hit a
well.
wrong note.
That works. That doesn't.
I almost played it perfectly, but I hit one
That works.
wrong note.
Andrew, when did you first come up with your like first melody? Ding 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 ding.
I don't know, like probably like
Is that like a recent addition?
earlier this year.
Earlier this year?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was when we did our first practice in the beginning. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
close
really
enough.
really like that. That's
Yeah.
that's a really good bass line
I
there.
feel like Sean in a lot of these earlier songs wrote like stuff for the bass that you could add, you know, like or experiment with, like because it sounds fine with just playing the whole notes, but
this part.
yeah.
Oh, we played this part once where you were like playing through everything, and I kind of liked it.
What do you mean?
You were just going right here, and it was kind of like neat. So I don't know.
Instead of doing the stop rhythm thing.
Yeah. I'll just let
Actually, I
the
think that
tape roll
sounded
to the
pretty good.
next track on
That,
No
that
No Shark
sounded pretty
Fins.
solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like listening to it without any of the vocals, and
And I think that's what we'll do for like. We'll be like, yeah, this is the take we really like. Yeah, just
that
no
makes sense.
vocals, and then we can overdub.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's
doing
like,
it anyway.
90% is good, but I just want to overdub this one part where I was, whatever. I just want it to sound better. We can totally do that. So
It's a
yeah,
good idea. I like the idea of just listening to it without any of the vocals.
yeah, it's easier to.
Yeah, because Andrew's
Hone
going to
into
be
the part.
filming close-ups of everybody individually, so that gives opportunities to fill holes or
Yeah.
something if needed,
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying,
You
Sean.
can
Like,
just record the audio again.
yeah, if we overdub things, like I'm still gonna shoot that, but it'll be like, hey, this is an overdub. We may not really need this, but I'll have it.
I also really like that octave jump thing you do there.
Yeah. To the New Order, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Joy Division stuff. That's a very common thing people do anyway.
Lots of bassists do that.
There's like
It just gives a little.
yeah, I've learned like a handful of like little things you can do. People are like, you can pretty much do this in like any song, anywhere in any genre, and like it's acceptable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just figure out which ones you like.
But you're not like overdoing it. It's just like a little touch that is
Yeah.
like, it's like a little hook,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know?
like sprinkling. I mean, yeah,
Tiny
it'd be
little
annoying.
hooks.
It'd be annoying if I did that the whole time. Be like,
Yeah.
dude, stop. It's like, please stop doing that. I mean, mainly because you and Brad's guitars are so like they're filling out everything. This
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to like
And
add stuff.
both Brad and I come from like making the guitars sound just ridiculously huge is kind of the sound we go for, I think.
Do you listen? Have you been into like the Smashing Pumpkins like Siamese Dream album? Did you ever have like a phase where you're into that? Because that's like a classic big guitar
Yeah.
album.
Yeah,
It's got-
I've liked stuff from that era. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like the airy acoustic guitars that you hear in like a lot of rock songs. Like they just have like a nice, it's like a clean sound, but it sounds really, I don't know what makes it sound. I don't know what makes it sound big, but like I always like when you hear that in like one of those rock albums, it's got a cool sound.
yeah. There's like jangly guitar, and then there's whatever.
Sean, did you record any other songs?
Yeah, we got the Teal Leaves, and we got Through.
Can you
Oh,
just
yeah.
did you record BTS by any chance?
Let's see. Maybe on a different tape. Let me load a
okay.
different tape reel up here.
I'd be interested in the Teal Leaves and Through.
Yeah,
though.
I would like to hear that. Instrumental version would be.
I do not have a take of BTS, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But I do have the Teal Leaves.
We can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's always good to have kind of like a warm-up day or something.
Yeah, I agree.
And then tomorrow we can really lay down some nice reference tracks, really get washed up, going good.
Yeah, and I also want to like kind of mess with this. Like, I'll probably try to do more test shooting things. So I might be doing that more in like before we get like playing and stuff.
Totally,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll probably take down these lights and try to put them over these and just kind of mess with that. And then actually like set some test shots. I want to like at least do the test shot for everybody. And then take a picture of this whole layout. Then I can have it as like a reference when
Yeah. Know how them colors work.
Yeah, just figuring out. Just get that worked out. But that won't take too long. Really, what we did today was really helpful. So.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you asked me to bring my pickleball stuff.
Oh shit!
I brought that.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh. Pickleball
When
stuff.
would we do that?
Well, tomorrow or Monday, depending on when you guys want to head. When are you guys planning on heading out? That's a good question.
I always kind of think noonish.
Okay.
That way we don't get back too late.
Tomorrow will probably be our best bet. Then, we've got basically we got to be. I'll probably be making lunch.
What are we eating?
The hot dogs.
For
Like,
Hell
lunch?
yeah.
For lunch?
well, yeah. Like
You're gonna grill them,
Chicago style dogs.
dude.
But okay, so basically we got bowling tomorrow at like
Oh, yeah.
we got to leave at like 8:30.
Oh,
So I'd say
okay.
we got to be wrapped up here by like 8.
A good late night bowling sesh.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's gonna be like pizza and stuff, so we'll like eat there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we were thinking about like making lunch, but we could do pickleball after lunch or before lunch, and then come back and.
We also don't have to do that either.
I mean, if we have time to do it, I'd like to do it.
I just thought it would be fun.
Yeah,
some point.
I'm totally down. I honestly forgot that you brought that. Like, I remember.
Yeah, you
being-
asked me
No,
to.
no, I know. I do. I'm sorry. It's been it's. I've been so distracted this week. Like, I've just been doing so much shit.
I
pass.
brought it.
I'm down. Like, look, I'm down if we want to go and do it.
We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
tomorrow.
fine.
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. We could have potentially a full day of activities ahead.
It
of
is
us.
it's a pretty chill. I mean, it's like tennis, but like not
But
as
pickles.
much running.
Yeah.
The idea really is like everybody kind of moves up to the net and then you just kind of stand in place and the point plays out really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean,
I have
if-
to kind of remind myself not to rally a bunch at the back of the court and stuff.
If
like
it's only
tennis,
gonna
but-
be like a couple hours, it probably won't like take that much time. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like we could probably do that.
Are we talking about trying pickleball?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounded like what was happening.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
So I assumed.
We're
For
gonna
those just joining us.
we're gonna play it by ear.
Yeah.
and we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm down either way though.
Don't you usually play it with like little rackets?
Yeah, I have like a set.
Yeah.
Alicia got me a set of 4 for Christmas.
I've never heard of playing it by ear.
And you
Got him.
You brought them just in
Got him.
case.
You walked right into that one, man.
Man, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sean, like as soon as you started answering that, Sean was like, "I got him."
I got it red.
Like as soon as he saw you thinking about
Oh
it.
no, I'm
Like,
done
oh.
for. This is
I'm
it.
about to end this man's whole career.
So like
I'll never recover from
I'm not
this.
extremely happy with all of the note searching I did, but also like I
Still
feel
sounded pretty
good
good.
because this is the first time like I've played all these songs like one after another without from memory.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just from memory.
No, like
Yeah.
Brad, honestly,
so yeah,
I can't.
I didn't quite
It
get
was
it,
like 90%.
Dude,
but it was
great.
close enough.
Brad,
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
I have like a terrible ear, and if you wouldn't have said anything,
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Yeah, Brad sounded great." Like I didn't hear anything. When you were talking about note searching, I was like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about."
Well, it's me playing the notes, and I'm like, okay, no, that's not right. That's not right. And I keep,
I see what
I'm
you're
like,
saying. I
oh,
see what you're saying.
where is it? And then I find it, and it's like, okay, and now move on.
It's all the right vibe though. You know,
Yeah,
you're
as
playing
long
it
as
with
you're
confidence.
note
and
searching
just, like,
on beats. Note search on every beat.
Yeah, I stay the right rhythm.
Yeah.
The rhythm is right.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
It's just like I hear the note, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not right.
I didn't
Yeah.
land in
and
the
then
right
I moved to the note I think is most likely to be correct. And I'm like, oh, that's not quite right.
I-
and then move on to the next most likely note.
I've been doing it
Until,
a little
like-
bit.
Well, because like the same way like how I change tunings by ear, like it's actually like I don't know the science of sound behind it, but it's almost
I
like
do.
I know that's
Damn.
why I gave you a look.
Sean's about to write this down.
But it's almost like you know things work because of how like in my head, I'm visualizing these like sound waves, and like if they line up in a certain way,
Yeah.
and you can tell, then it's either right or it's at least on in the chord or what. Like it at least works.
It sounds it like
So
doesn't
like when I
repulse you.
when I
physically.
tune by ear, like I hear it, and then as I can hear the sound waves no longer being out, and then they start matching.
Yeah.
You can hear it,
Yeah. The beating, and then it goes away.
which is actually kind of fascinating.
It is
like
pretty
just that humans do that at all.
Like that you're like able to recognize a frequency.
Yeah,
You're like,
It's a frequency inside of a harmonic spectrum of frequencies too. So, which is I think is also kind of neat that that's how like one pitch on one instrument sounds different than a different instrument because it's
Right.
different.
it's just kind of amazing that like our bodies, like our anatomy, developed in such a way that we can do that, but also understand what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like imagine.
It's like, what are the chances of that? That's
You can
so
like
cool.
feel when it's right,
Yeah.
but also scientifically explain why it's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat.
That is-
Well, let's give the Teal Leaves a little
Yeah,
listen here, a
little
little
spin.
gander with our ears.
Yeah.
Y'all can feel when this is right.
Yeah.
Feel the teal.
Tell us. There's also something to be said about when something is a little bit out of tune, but it gives it like a warmth because it's kind of close.
Is that a dig at me?
No.
Is that what you're
we got
doing
a
right
little
now?
quadrant riff.
Is that what we're doing right now?
Just a little,
Hey, Mark,
No,
should
I'm
we
just-
fight?
I'm just
Yeah.
teasing you.
Mark, I hate your drones.
Thanks, dude.
I love it when people just play the wrong notes.
all your
dude.
bass stuff.
Thanks, man.
Or like when I take what
don't
you
like your
wrote
carpet.
and like just conveniently pretend like
Well,
one
now
of the
you're just
notes doesn't
insulting the
exist,
manatee.
which is what I did
Ass.
with this.
We really should get a manatee
sounds
on your
good.
carpet. I'm serious.
Searching.
It just sounds like a atmosphere, dude. You're like a
Still
Ed
searching.
O'Brien
Not
right now. Just laying down the atmosphere.
Yeah. Just doing what feels right, man.
Well, this is one of the songs where like a certain part of it, like I just draw a blank sometimes. And today, like playing that part of the song, like I just,
Yeah.
there was nothing in my brain that I could remember.
Does not compute.
But I also like I was just gonna try and do it without trying to pull up the stuff.
Yeah.
See, Sean, right here. Hold on, this part. Hold on. I kind of want to go like this. Like match your guitar part right there, but then go back into the bass bit for just like that one part.
That'd be cool.
Do that.
Be kind of fun, but I don't know what you're doing right there.
Yeah, I'm just playing some notes.
All right.
It's like C sharp.
do that.
E.
All right, wait, slow down. Slow down. You just
Playing the major third.
We'll circle back on major thirds, all right?
Yeah, just do the circle fifths a couple times.
Yeah, circle fifths,
Couple
backwards,
laps.
a couple times backwards, upside down. We'll
Call
get
me
it.
in the morning.
I like your guitar sound.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That does sound really cool.
It's got, for some reason, has like, I'd imagine you're like playing it with like a bunch of lights and you're like silhouetted.
Oh, hell
But
yeah.
they're like aqua lights.
Yeah.
And it's like a spotlight.
Just a little bit of fog.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Aqua.
Or he's
little
like at
extra
the bottom
ambience.
of the ocean,
Yeah.
playing around
Ooh.
like a school of
Dude,
fish.
this is where we'd have
Circling
a bubble
around
machine start bubbling, sending bubbles.
bubble
Hell yeah.
tornadoes.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
split, like fireworks of bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubble works.
One big bubble.
Yeah. We
Oh,
just
and
like
dude,
start launching like beach balls into the crowd.
What if we made bubbles and were able to project images on the bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
If we could ensure the bubble machine could make a same bubble, like several of them, you could
I
project
stopped it pretty fast.
You could project an
Oh,
image
because I had to
on it.
switch to the next song. That's right.
I feel like that.
I didn't make it.
The Tea Leaves is kind of the song that, like, if there happened to be any boomers in the room, they're probably gonna stand up and dance with each other to
That's
it.
sweet.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. I feel like that song of all the old songs has like jumped the most in terms of quality, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like the other ones are always kind of good and stuff, but like that one, I really like that one now.
It kind of was at first kind of a throwaway song. I was like, oh, it's just 3 chords and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And the chorus is
It's a
just
lot-
3 chords.
it's a
but
lot more-
3
It's
different
actually-
chords.
it's a lot more dynamic now.
It's actually
because
richer than that.
the
It
chorus
is, yeah.
does the straight thing. That's different now, and then the whole ending part's totally different now. So it is a lot less monotonous.
It's grown.
Yeah.
A little boy is grown.
All right, let's hear the through version.
All right, here we go. Ambience. Yeah, I didn't capture any of the ambience in the middle. I was just kind of like, what do I do? I'll just press this button.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That bass tone is good.
Yeah.
It's really. I always that part. It's so hard to like mute. You'll hear.
Oh, yeah.
They're not. It's when I have like my finger on the E string, pulling that off and playing the riff because I slide it. It always winds up like sometimes gotta check it and like mute it with like my ring. I don't know, weird mute tactic or something.
That's kind of nuts how much of a boost that pedal gives you.
I know it's noticeably louder.
Yeah.
Like
More than doubles it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, when I turn this on, it's like boosted.
Yeah.
It's almost like you gotta turn your clone on and your volume down a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also gonna say they make bass compressor pedals,
Oh yeah.
and I sometimes play with a compressor on just because it levels everything out.
On my bass amp, I always compress it.
Yeah.
It's like I just like it. It
Yeah.
just sounds better that way.
Yeah.
I actually kind of really like on this song the bass being the driver.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
It's like the main instrumental melody. Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of like that one song by New Order.
Yeah.
Age of Consent.
Yeah,
It's like ding ding.
yeah. So like it's up front, but it's not like in your face, and everything else is still there and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you get the mix right, it sounds
Yeah.
really cool.
Gotta jazz it up.
That is a cool guitar part there.
Yeah.
But I've never heard it with the bass this loud. So like in my mind right now, like it adds like kind of like a cultural cachet. Like it's got like I don't know. I don't really know how to explain what I'm thinking.
I think that's good. It gives me a good idea to make sure to keep it up front in the mix.
But I also tend to like songs and albums where the bass is like up front and on top.
Yeah.
Like
I do too.
More in your face.
because even if it's really loud, it still doesn't. It's never gonna drown everything else out.
Yeah.
It's just extra low end on the
Yeah.
top.
I like boost the bass on all speakers I have. Like for my car and for everything. Like, I just always turn the bass up.
Give it the bass.
I love that bass. Give me that bass.
Like there's some really
Like, all right, we're done. Stop.
I even stopped myself somehow. I don't know.
there's some really cool sludge bands where the bassist is basically their lead guitar.
It's like Viagra
Yeah.
Boys has their bass.
Like the guitarists are doing their own thing and it's all really interesting, but the bass is like the driving force along with the drums, and it's so loud that it's like you feel it in your bones.
Yeah.
But also the guitars are loud enough that like it's all kind of like you feel it right
Feel
here.
it in your plums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're feeling that more in your plums.
Yeah.
I feel
Heck
with
yeah.
the Aquawizard songs, like some of them are like it just depends on the song, like what it's asking for. Some of them do kind of feel like bass melody
Yeah.
forward and stuff.
Yeah,
like it,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously some of the quieter ones, like Tea Leaves, for example, like wouldn't work
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like how in Peppermint Wind, I feel like the bass is kind of in the back seat a little more in that one because you guys do some like cool guitar stuff. Feels like it feel like, I mean, I know there's like some little bits, but it's not like very loud.
They do kind of. It's cool though because they have like the big, loud, distorted guitars in that song, and you have like that little background melody that's kind of like cutting.
It's like
through.
it's cleaner. There's no like
it's
you
like
know
a clean little melody
Yeah.
in the background.
It's a nice little counterpoint.
Also, just the bass without any effects, like it's really remarkable how it just kind of like fits in, even with like you guys have heavy effects on your guitars. It's like I don't have anything, but it's like that just sounds like the bass.
yeah.
Like it sounds very acceptable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those songs were written for one electric guitar and one bass with a distortion pedal. Like that's how they were originally played.
Yeah.
So like bass is, I mean, originally very important. And
Yeah. That's a
Big.
good point. Yeah.
Gotta have that in there. I like playing all the bass Aquawizard songs.
Yeah.
Should definitely-
I think all the instruments should have their own little, characteristics,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of
yeah,
shine when they need to.
Yeah, it's like
nice.
your Tea Leaves guitar.
Yeah.
You know,
Boing.
it's got a cool. That's got like a Aquawizard guitar solo sound to it. You know what I mean?
Signature Aquawizard guitar solo.
It's just it's like one of the guitar sounds that you just want to keep on hand. You know?
Yeah.
it's like kind of goofy, but also serious.
Yeah.
worth kind of like getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it is,
It's like that
slaps.
person you can tell.
Just keep.
It's the person you can tell just does not have it all together, but they're actually really great to be around.
Yeah.
That's what the guitar tone is in that song.
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of what we want to evoke in Aquawizard.
yeah.
So that's on brand. Is basically what we're
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I dig it.
We all got to figure out our signature sounds.
Andrew, what's your favorite bass line? Aquawizard bass line. Hit me with it.
My favorite Aquawizard bass line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Aquawizard bass line to play?
That's a good question. Can I think
Yeah.
about it for like a little bit?
Oh,
Guess.
God, dead air.
Well,
Yeesh.
I don't like to just.
What's your favorite drum part to play, Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
Probably either Through is really fun to play. Because it like, obviously that little tom thing's really fun, but it kind of mixes it. It's like variations on a theme, that one.
Yeah.
And then it changes to the backbeat hi-hat thing is like totally different, but
Yeah.
cool and interesting. But yeah, that one or the Built to Spill song, BTS.
Mm-hmm.
There's just
That
so,
one does seem
so many
fun.
different little cool drum parts I get to do in that, especially the little jam thing. That part I really like.
Yeah.
I'd probably say Peppermint Wind is a lot of fun. I playing
really
that.
like the little things you do rhythmically
Yeah.
on that one.
Those are a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
I like playing Through a lot. And
That's another.
that's a new favorite one. And then I also like playing Coraline because it's like a very easy song.
I like the
but
bass
it's-
intro.
It's very fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the bass leads everything else back in.
Yeah. It's just that's just like a fun one. It's easy to screw up because I just stopped paying attention at one point. I'm like, oops, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I like it's like but yeah, those are probably my favorite. I like all of those. I like Peppermint Wind a lot because it changes a lot, so you've got to really think about.
Peppermint Wind is one of my
changes
favorites too to play because it has so many parts.
And it's one of the few songs that we play on Aquawizard that I like pluck with my fingers.
Yeah.
And I do like that a lot more. Like it's way more fun to like play a good groove.
Do you play the Teal Leaves with your fingers?
I do. Yep. Yep. That's like it's got like a swing, and that's like that's way easier to play with your fingers. Like, and I do surf groove.
Oh yeah.
Play that with my fingers too.
Nice.
It's a lot more fun.
The Peppermint Wind for me is the only song that makes my hand cramp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got quite a bit of those bar chords.
With the chords that I'm playing, like I'm holding the top 2 strings down with this finger, and then the bottom 3 down with another finger.
Yeah.
And then like that, like my hand's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Might have to, put in some reps, daily reps.
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
I know, I
Get
need
your
to get,
daily
like,
reps in.
One of those like hand
rubber
strengthener
bands.
things.
Yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
I need to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Calisthenics.
Strengthen up
My hand
hands.
used to.
Next concert, just
Yeah,
None of the
you need
other
to have a
songs
claw.
bother my hands, but
You need to have a
but
claw.
That's
Andrew has big meaty bass
Dude,
claws.
that specific
Do
hand
not-
shape.
My hands don't get tired anymore. Dude, playing my hand started cramping when we were playing Dramamine. That was like a cramping
Oh yeah.
because I'm always, like I'd have to. But dude, I don't have hand cramp
Would
problems.
it cramp today if you played that?
nice.
No, dude.
No, dude.
No.
Nice.
I do try to like do whenever I practice, I try to do burnouts where I'm like, all right, I've played everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play until my fingers really hurt or I might start screwing up because my hand's cramping.
Yeah.
You're like pushing it to the limit, and that's what builds
I
strength.
send it. Yeah, I do a last like I'll pick one of the hardest songs and I'll do that very last. Whatever song I'm trying to learn, and I'm like it's hard or frustrating. And then I'll do that. That actually has helped build my hand strength.
Nice.
Like
Yeah,
my
I need
hands
to
don't.
work on
They
that.
really don't get tired. It's remarkable. They don't get tired anymore. Like
nice.
it's great.
I guess
It's
it's
great,
weak
dude.
hands.
Just dude, I just practice. Like I just work my hand. I mean, on the bass, it's like immediately when I first started playing, my hands hurt like immediately because it's like really you really gotta like clamp.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, your hands don't get used to just clamping all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's clamping. But after a while, it was like,
I'm clamps.
yeah.
I used to get blisters a lot, but that was just
Yeah.
from bad technique.
Well, for me with Peppermint Wind, like every other song we play, the chords and like the shapes,
Yeah,
that
your
I
hands
play
are
with
doing
my
weird
hands.
stuff. I bet.
my pinky only covers one string. But on Peppermint Wind, it's easier to use my pinky than my ring finger to play the chord. But my pinky is just not used to that amount of like
dude.
3 strings at the same time.
Wait, your pinky's got to cover 3 strings?
Yeah. Well, either my pinky or my
Dude,
ring
you need to
finger.
get a everything everywhere all at once pinky. Where it's like throbbing, where it's like,
And I
You know
got
what I'm
small hands, okay?
dude, my
small,
hands are pretty small for the bass, but like people were like, dude, the people smaller than you have played the bass like
That's
very
true.
well. Like they like say just shift your hand a different way, and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people, my hands are too small, play the bass. It's like no, you'd have to have abnormally small hands.
Yeah.
There are so many people like shorter and smaller that have smaller hands that can play the bass guitar. It's like not. I don't think it's a good excuse.
I mean, unless you're one of those
yeah.
guys who decides he's going to play bass chords.
Okay, that's the
As if
that's
that
very
actually
rare
makes a
and
difference.
Weird. Yeah. Then that.
As if anybody can ever hear that.
Yeah. It's like in that case, you're like, okay, dude.
Andrew literally played bass chords today. You want to go ahead and fill them in?
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, like,
during away, I play an open.
like that's painful.
Yeah. Well, the chords are very. I'm not playing. I'm playing like the 5th note. They're like the easy.
Yeah. They're more
it's-
texture.
I'm strumming 2 strings, and yeah, it's not like I have to maneuver my hand like you guys. I don't, and
I'm
I
not
always see
doing
you
4-part
guys like,
harmony over here.
yeah, I'm playing like the
That's
fifth.
true. It's part,
Well,
you know?
my
It's very
criticism
easy,
is
you know?
mostly pointed to my little brother.
Dude, yeah. What is
So
his deal?
that's why.
What
because-
is his deal?
Like any instrument he plays, he has to like try and play it in like the most like technical and obtuse way, even if he can't. But he
like plays it like
he has to
upside down
prove
or
that he
something?
knows you could technically do that,
Playing
and then tell
chords
you
on-
about it.
Playing chords on the tuba.
You know, some bassists play all chords. You mean like
That's
you
cool,
didn't just do
But what
Yeah.
did he? What did he play? Like was?
marimba? No, he's a percussionist. He's a drummer,
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
but he's actually kind of like an insane drummer. Like he's
Like really good.
Oh,
yeah.
We lost
Yeah.
Yeah.
that gel fell.
Sorry.
I was like,
A gel fell.
is the sun rising down here
Is it?
underground?
It is a lot brighter over there.
Is
Yeah.
it?
That does-
suddenly
did you
got
see how
really-
much that limited the actual
Yeah.
light output.
No, that's why I'm saying like covering
Yeah.
this part. It should keep. We should keep this.
No, we were talking about
Yeah.
those bright lights. How bright they were.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
that really
It makes a
did
big difference.
make a huge difference.
No,
to how
I know.
bright it was over there.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Those lights are
so
very
that might
bright.
be
though.
okay without an additional. Like,
I think it's gonna need extra. I do think it will. I really do.
I'm
Those things are
trusting the
so
experts.
bright, but it'll look good. It'll just leave them here.
Okay.
Bradley, what's your favorite? Who was their guitar part you play?
So I kind of have to say, I really like the intro to Coraline, like that riff.
It's good fun.
Yeah, it's a
Like
solid
it's just
riff.
it's
Good
just
intro.
really fun to play.
Yeah,
Like it kind of like makes me feel joyous. Like when I'm doing, I'm like, oh yeah,
it's got a bop.
Nice.
It's a bop. You know
exactly. Like it has a feel to
and
it.
it starts on a bop. Like Martin
Yeah.
bops it. You know, and
Yeah, coming right out of Seahorse
Yeah,
Around.
Seahorse
you're
Around's
just like,
already fun.
all right, let's go into this bop.
Like
so
I like
why
all the
should
other
the fun
riffs,
stop there?
but
Let's continue.
but that one just kind of sticks out as a
Yeah,
it well it sticks in your head
enjoyable.
too. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a head bobber.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
your head bobbing.
Get you going.
Sean, what about you? What are your favorites?
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm trying to think about it.
You've been around these songs.
You
for
have a different relationship
while.
to
Been around
music
the
than
woods.
us,
Your,
maybe.
your answers are pretty interesting.
My favorite song is Winter.
Favorite song overall.
That's a very
Yeah.
fun song.
It's
I like
easy,
Winter.
but it's good.
It's easy for me
Yeah.
until the very end, and then I've got to remember like
It's almost tricky for me because it's like kind of faster than I feel like it should be, sort of, and I have to kind of remind myself to keep playing faster, especially in some of the little transition
Yeah.
tom things are kind of slow feeling, and then you're like, oh nope, got to go right
Yeah.
back into like being really fast.
Yeah.
I think your speed is pretty good whenever we play it live. I like
Yeah,
it.
it is one that I have to work specifically though on the speed.
It feels like it's got a good feel to it.
For me, like the overall vibe and the lyrics have like a sense of yearning that like really resonates with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't like put a finger on why, but it's just like it has this
yeah,
underlying feeling that really kind of like connects. So when I play it, it feels good because like
that main like
it's like an
guitar riff
emotional
is
connection
really nice.
underneath playing the music.
It's got a meaning.
Yeah.
a good meaning behind it.
Yeah.
that you like understand.
I
you
must
like to
have
play.
mushed up some like, I don't know, different melodies and stuff that kind of make you feel that way. And
Yeah,
they just kind of smushed them together into that
You're like,
melody.
this-
And,
sounds nice.
yeah, and it's definitely one of those like I kind of like noodled around with it for a little bit, and then I was like, no, it's got to be these notes, and that's what it is.
It's like you hit
Don't
a point
think
where
about
you're
it
like,
too much.
I'm just gonna call it.
Have the song
Yeah.
write itself.
yeah.
I will say it does screw me up quite a bit with through.
Oh yeah. pretty similar.
because they're pretty similar.
Yeah, they're very similar chords.
So sometimes, like, I'll catch myself. Like today, we were playing through, but my mind was trying to play Wunter,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I had to keep reminding myself, no, we're playing this song.
It does start on this. It's an A and a G. Wunter's really close to that.
Yeah.
I think it's
D.
yeah, D.
They're both. Yeah.
Isn't
I
it D,
actually-
G, C, A?
That's through.
Yeah.
And then Wanter's D, G,
D,
G, G, D, G, G.
Yeah.
F sharp minor,
Yeah.
G.
The
You guys in your notes.
the way that I actually, because Brad,
I'm not
when I
gonna
first
pretend
started,
like I know all these notes.
when
I
I
just
first started playing through, I actually was in your boat where I was like, this, my hands are in the same spot. I'm playing the same, but then I was like, ooh, why don't I just throw it up on the higher register? And but the chord, a lot of New Order songs basically just play the low notes up high on the higher strings to play the same riff.
Yeah.
So I was
I've started.
and then so then I can
It's
differentiate
surprisingly, yeah.
from that a lot easier.
It's a surprisingly useful tool to just.
Dude, it's like
the
a
octave jump.
Yeah, or the register. They're like, hey, here's an idea. This is like a bass thing. They were like, play the same riff up on the higher register. And someone played like My Girl, and they threw it up on high register, and you're like, oh, that's just the guitar riff. And you're like, wait a minute.
Wait.
It's a very like on Coraline I do that. I just play that end right before we go into the solo, and then the very end I play the same riff. I just throw it up way up high.
It's very effective.
It's very easy. You're just like, I press my right. This is the right thing, and I'll just do the same pattern.
It's a little
feel like
different.
it's-
Sounds a little different, but it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You're just higher up.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
it
you just
sounds-
got to get a little high. That's all.
Yeah,
When we first
like
started
little-
playing, like
things.
compared to now, so like now I'm way more comfortable because like in the beginning I like treated the tabs and chords that were written down as like the definite, like that is the song.
Gospel.
Oh, yeah.
And like as we've played more and more, I've treated them more like guidelines.
Yeah,
And yeah, I sometimes have to search. But like treating them as guidelines and like kind of learning like audibly what sounds good, even if it's not exactly what is written down,
yeah.
has like helped just like being able to practice. Because like the first 2 times we practiced, I was probably so stressed out about screwing up that
You just
it
gotta
wasn't even
get-
worth the practice.
Yeah. But
And then
that's a
as
part
we
of
got
it.
comfortable, like
Yeah.
and
You wouldn't
started
have made
getting
that progress
more
without it, though.
relaxed. Yeah.
You just got to mess up to where you're like, I don't care about messing up
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Like,
Right.
whatever.
You're going to goof a little bit, but
That's kind of how
how you learn.
learning the songs, the way I went at it was, I was like, I'm going to try to learn the song as it is and then apply adjustments or like suggestions of changes. But I was like trying to learn the original
Right.
Yeah.
structure.
I did that too with like the demos. I was like, I'll try and learn like just make sure I get the structure and do the
Yeah.
most simple pattern, and then I kind of just iterate. It's like an iterative process.
Iterate.
The more
Yeah.
I practice it, the more I kind of like think of new ideas and like see if they work.
Like we
or not.
practice and you like, yeah, you mess up, but like you kind of start ending up failing gracefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
So like
skill.
you learn,
That is the thing.
Yeah.
like you get so used to the song, like even if you accidentally play a wrong note, you can kind of lean into it and still become like, because nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you are playing in front of people, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Unless it's really obviously bad and you
Like, just-
acknowledge it.
Just keep going.
But if you're like, yeah, I'm just doing the thing, and like
thing
they're like,
that's
oh,
like-
I guess that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
One thing for me like that is like if I drop a stick, you have to practice being quick at grabbing a new stick, because it's not like your tendency is to want to freeze. Like,
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
but you have to like actually do it enough to get good at grabbing sticks.
Yeah.
And
get-
like it's
get
kind of
past
weird.
the, oh,
It's not
no.
really something you can practice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It has
Mark,
to
do you
kind
ever
of just
try to like
happen
simulate
naturally.
that?
Yeah.
Do you ever try to like hit the ride and you're just like, oh shit?
No, I don't try to simulate it. That's
Yeah,
it doesn't.
that's
It's
the-
not gonna work. Like you have to be like so in your mindset of playing, and then you're just like completely thrown for a loop.
Maybe it's like you got to be
Immediately.
used to how to grab your other stick, so you're just like immediately.
Yeah, it just takes time. Like I got
Yeah.
It's like the more sticks I drop, the faster I get at it. So
Yeah.
You know, like the thing with me is like I'm usually so focused on what I'm playing and what Sean and what Andrew is playing. Like I would not even notice.
to me,
if
it
you
would be
dropped
like
a stick.
really obvious because
Yeah.
like something would drop out for like
Yeah,
a while, and
Mark,
like
I think I would
Yeah.
hear it because
and
I
it's
just
also
listen
hard
your
to like
drums.
be thinking about grabbing a stick
also-
and maintaining the existing.
Keep the
beat.
train riding.
I also
And,
don't
like-
know if I've ever seen you drop a stick.
It
in
is pretty
practice.
rare. I used to do
Like,
it more.
I
but-
can't picture it.
Mhm.
So
can't
that's a good
picture
sign.
I've definitely seen you drop sticks. Like,
Yeah.
dude, when we would be jamming beat labs.
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
all- I mean-
Early days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I pay attention to that more because I'm only like I'm listening to the drums like first,
Yeah.
and then like Sean and Brad. But I mainly am like trying to listen to your.
My little brother would break his sticks and then throw it at me and then pull out his other stick and do like a weird twirl and then start playing
odd.
again. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Like, how many sticks? have you
Throw
broken?
them at you.
He's like, this is all my brain knows how to do.
That's some very,
My brain doesn't know how to do anything else.
very much little brother.
Yeah,
I almost
energy
got kicked
right
out
there.
of school a couple times because I was just drumming on my desk.
Little brother energy for sure.
Can't
LBE.
not drum.
I don't think about anything else.
Like, okay, that's fine. Just don't throw
Stop
sticks.
it, please.
Just stop.
Sean, did you ever answer your favorite
Yeah.
guitar part
Did
to
I?
play?
Oh, I think I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah, there's a history.
the BTS.
Oh,
yeah.
you think so?
That's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's not too difficult, but it's also very interesting.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
very like
Some good changes in it.
But it
Yeah.
like feels it's like a good balance of like if you think about it, you're kind of like, oh, that's interesting. But if you
Yeah.
don't think about it, it just flows.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I was kind
Kinda
of
flows
Yeah.
with it.
But it also has kind of like
very
a
pleased when it came to
kind of
like
a
that.
dirty, grungy, early '90s vibe to it,
Yeah.
which
The part with the
BTS
lyrics
yeah,
you
Built to
added,
Spill. Yeah,
like the parts that you added that were kind of more simple strumming with like the, like all that stuff
Yeah.
sounds really good. And yeah, it is like kind of reminiscent of that stuff.
I do really like that, like the chorus part
Yeah,
on
thank
that
you.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really like the fishy,
good fit.
but not numb. That whole business,
Mm-hmm.
that whole section is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of. That was one where we were playing the riffs in practice, and I just kind of. Well, I might have even improvised some of that.
That's how it happens.
Yeah,
and
just
then you
some-
just kind of chip away at it.
Yeah,
you
just
know, it's
keep-
not perfect when you do, obviously the first time, but
Yeah.
Like spark something.
kind of turns into something and then you sculpt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's partly why I like the chorus is because it feels like lyrics written on top of or alongside what's being played, rather than lyrics were written and things are played behind it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like a part of the rhythm of the part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it all
Yeah.
meshes in such a way. Yeah.
Yeah. That one really came together nicely.
Yeah,
And
There's
I-
like a lot
and-
of different ideas.
Even from like a technical perspective, there's like something that kind of glues it all together without like you can't quite put your finger on it, but yeah,
But it's kind of like an oddball thing.
sure.
Like it's not a thing that's just like, oh yeah. It's more like, oh yeah.
Yeah. One thing that is technical and neat that I may have mentioned, but I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast.
Legit.
But just the tempos are kind of ratios of each other. And so they kind of circle back around. And so when we go back and play the first riff in the original tempo, like each one is like, I don't remember what the ratios are, but they're like a third faster each time.
Is the jam part?
It's like that one's like
the crazy part. Is that the fastest?
that's like the fastest.
Yeah, and then
but because it's so fast, you could feel the beat.
That blew my mind because
Yeah.
I always thought that was the slowest part.
Yeah, you
well,
could,
Mark's drums are going the normal speed, but we are
Yeah.
not.
Is it the
You could say you're playing-
Yeah.
It's the
you
three.
could say you're playing halftime while we're playing regular time.
Maybe
Or-
that's
yeah.
why it sounds kind of cool too.
Yeah,
That's when Mark's
you could
like-
also see it as
I really did see it that way.
Yeah.
Up until you mentioned that, I was like, really? That's
Yeah.
the fastest part?
my bass is at that point. It's changing a lot. It's going leap, 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 leap.
Because like the part before this, I'm going like
Right, yeah. Just depends on what you
yeah, it's
consider
like
to be the beat.
It's half time after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like that'd be like the middle, and then everything after that starts gradually getting slower.
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
doom 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 dum doom doom
yeah,
1 2 3 4 and then doom 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 1 2.
yeah,
That's slower, man.
yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know,
No, it's
Yeah.
it's like a peak.
yeah. But if you're doom doom doom, that's slower than doom 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 doom. So yeah, it's like it's like those paintings with the people walking upside down on the stairs. It's kind of like that.
You're like, this doesn't make sense, but for some reason my brain's filling things in.
Yeah.
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah.
It's confusing,
It's a little weird.
but it also makes sense.
Yeah. I see that it's there, but it doesn't make sense.
It's like an optical illusion.
Yeah.
in a way.
I like that waterfall that's like falling down, but then the river is like going back up without
That's
actually
like some,
ascending, and
like-
then
Yeah, it's like a perspective.
yeah,
Yeah,
illusion.
yeah, that's a lot of fun. That's a fun song to play.
Yeah. But what's important is that it has the groove.
Yeah,
If it was just the tempo thing, like that would be kind of boring. And that's actually kind of how it started, really. It's like I have like these 3 riffs. They happen to be in like 3 related tempos.
Yeah.
smush them,
And then yeah, you glue them together, but
make them a Sammy.
you got to use the high quality carpenter's glue. You don't want to use like
Yeah.
the shitty.
This isn't like Gorilla
basic-
Glue.
No, yeah.
It's like you could glue it with like Elmer's glue.
You got to put a vise on there.
yeah,
Yeah.
You got to really
Maybe sand it.
let it sit for a while.
put some.
I will say that
Lacquer on
once
it.
we
Yeah.
added that last part, the jam part, the drums for that came very quickly. for
Yeah.
that. And it was originally, instead of the tom thing, it was like just the bass drum, like boop boop psh. But then one day I was like doing laundry and I was like thinking about this. Maybe I was listening to the practice we just had.
Yeah.
That was probably what it was. And that
Uh-huh.
really shitty version, the
Oh.
first version we played.
Yeah.
It's really
Barely
bad.
hanging on by
Yeah.
a thread.
I'll say, the first version's really bad. What is this mime? Why are we miming
We
on the
turned into
podcast?
mimes on a
Yeah. For some reason, we didn't want to.
You just missed out on that.
I mean, he was off mic, so it wouldn't have
Anyway,
translated.
I was
anyway.
listening to our practice doing
Yeah.
laundry in the basement, and I thought I was like, oh, I could play the toms there instead. And I went to the drum set and like tried it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. It just like happened one day. And I was
Oh.
like doing mundane stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you just let your brain kind of do what it.
But those like
Once and
having
then,
the
yeah.
practices to listen back on is pretty helpful, I guess, in that way, because you can kind of hear yourself from a like outside perspective, and you're like, oh, maybe I should do
Yeah.
that and stuff.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Well, Brad's refilling the beer supply, and
Nice.
I don't know, this feels like a good time to kind of wind things down, bring things back around home, on home.
I think this was actually, I like talking about all the songs. So.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of an actual
Real podcast.
about our actual music.
Yeah.
So
very
there you
cool
go,
to-
Sean,
people.
I will say I really do like the listening to the instrument. That I feel like that made like a good like environment to talk about all of our
Yeah.
songs. So
Yeah, I'm glad it kind of worked. I was like, ooh, I could do this
I
real
like
quick.
that.
Yeah.
We should do that for more podcasts. That's like a good like, hey, let's listen to what we recorded.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing to do. So
Have some nice focus time. Also
yeah.
chilling time. Yeah, that's kind of the whole vibe with the tape machine thing. Like, you can listen back to that's on tape, and it's like, kind of the vibe is like, let's make that as good of sounding as we possibly can, and not hope that we can just fix it in the mix or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you can put the extra sparkle and shine on it later. So like the kick drum, like it's like, oh, that's right. It's gonna sound like ball sacks, but if I
this is
could
just a
fiddle with it
practice,
later, yeah,
Attracting some teethy fish.
yeah,
Those ball sacky
just some
drums.
disgusting
molar
fucking
mackerels.
molar.
molar mackerels.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Dude, our
That's-
next, okay, hear me out while Brad's gone. Our next album should be called Holy Mackerel, and it's got a big mackerel with molars on it.
Molar.
Like, it's like,
Holy molar mackerel.
yeah, Holy Molar Mackerel.
Brad's gonna love this.
Yeah,
Holy molar roller mackerel.
it'll look good.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be a hit.
Are we talking about fish with teeth?
We are.
I don't like that business. Holy molar mackerel? Is that the name?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Just the visuals.
That's our
of us.
next
Yeah.
EP.
Yeah.
Molar Mackerel.
It's like fish with teeth, and then you're gonna be like, oh, we need to hang out around all these lotus pods. with
Dude, I
all
don't
the
like
holes
those
in them.
either.
Yeah.
I don't like those either.
I don't have a problem with them, but I could see why people do
I got a
not like
problem with them.
It looks unnatural.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it was instilled in me by those really bad ads
Oh yeah.
that are like the craziest skin conditions humans can get.
Oh yeah.
And they have like
I
a
like the bottom,
lotus pod like photoshopped into somebody's cheek.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's not real, but I hate it.
That's like on weather.com.
And I may kick it. I may click it. I may go through it. None of these
not
things
real.
are as terrifying as that.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Lotus cheek.
Nope.
Other than I watched a documentary on, so chiggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not. There's in Africa, chiggers are these insects that lay eggs in your skin
Oh my god.
on your hands mostly,
Yeah. Right.
and then they grow into this like globule on your hand and then hatch. So like doctors go over there and like cut these things off of people.
Jeez.
Oh.
And then they have these little like fleshy holes
Brad,
on there.
how would you like to be
hand.
the doctor? You're like,
No. I'm not
no.
even sure why I brought it up. I'm torturing myself.
Don't do that.
This
Yeah.
is self-harm.
That's not good for you, man.
This is
Good for
self-harm.
you, man.
This is what's gonna happen if we make this album
Yeah,
cover
all
and
right.
we have these teeth. We're just gonna keep on going into this cycle
Dude,
of
the
like,
album
what are
will
all
be-
the most terrible things that we could think of?
Yeah,
to,
it'll be an
What are
anxiety
the
ridden
ourselves
album.
things that
Nightmares.
have teeth?
Yeah. What if lotus flowers had teeth? What
Teeth
if-
on each of those.
It just like
Growing
it's
out of
just
your
gonna keep
cheeks.
spiral. Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nope.
Yeah, teeth on every pole.
Yep.
Nope.
Tooth on every.
A mouth full of teeth on every hole.
Oh.
It's kind of
keeps
gross
getting
to
worse.
think about.
Oh my god.
Well, I've seen pictures of like children who have like two rows of teeth.
Yeah.
the
we
same
should
time.
probably just stop it right there. Just
Yeah,
two.
That's
No.
just-
No.
that's unfortunate.
So
I haven't actually seen
things
that. I
that
made
make
it up.
us feel happy. Music sounded
Puppies.
pretty good.
Yeah,
I like the
Yeah, the
music was
instrumentals.
great.
The music was great.
Your dogs
There's
are really
tons
great
of
to hang
dogs
out with.
around.
Yeah, dude, Rufus.
Yeah.
Let's go, RTD.
Yeah, they had a fun
2024.
time at the beach.
Yeah, Rufus went to Dog
They
Beach
did seem to
today.
have
Yeah.
a great time. Eloise did some big swims.
Hell yeah.
Rufus came back a little skunky, but he's gotten better
Yeah.
now. He's
Okay,
pooped out. He goes to bed. He'll hit a point where he just like he's not
Yeah.
around, and then he's just laying in our bed,
Aw.
and he's kind of like this, like kind of looking around, like when you turn the lights on. What are we doing here?
Eyes are barely open.
Yeah, yeah. He's
I am
he's a
thankful
good boy.
for the temperature of your basement
Yeah.
Super chill.
Yeah.
because it is
Super chill.
it is perfect.
Yeah. Sleepy chill.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of sleeps.
About ready to. I'm probably gonna have some dessert and then probably go to bed again.
Yeah. I might go.
I might go see what's up going on upstairs, but Brad, I might.
Andrew's
Blow
gonna
up your
do a
bed.
blowout.
I can do it. It's no big deal.
Oh, yes.
You don't have to be in charge of blowing up the bed. I can do it.
No, dude, I got you, man. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if you insist.
I'm gonna do it.
You're literally laying on where his bed goes right now.
I understand that.
We're not there yet.
Brad, I'll get to bed. I'll blow it up, dude.
Like, it's not a big deal.
No, don't worry about it.
All right, everybody needs to go to bed.
I got you, man.
Well, I'm at least gonna walk upstairs and say, "Oh, let's go all up here."
Yeah.
What's going
go
on?
Walk up, go mingle. Go up there and mingle.
And then
Make
I'll
sure
be
all
like,
some
"Well,
dessert.
I guess I better hit the hay."
If Andrew's eating dessert, that means dessert's on the table.
Yeah.
That's
Or all
I'm serious.
Deserts.
It would behoove you to see that because it might be in the downstairs refrigerator now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get the bed going and I'm gonna eat some dessert and then go to bed pretty soon.
All right.
All right. Well, everyone listening, if you're
Thanks
using
for-
this podcast to go to sleep, I hope you're having a good
And
sleep.
you haven't fallen asleep already, which
And
would be amazing.
We wish you
Yeah.
a very
Almost
nice sleep.
unbelievable.
Yeah. And hope that all of that nightmarish talk we had earlier doesn't
all
give
that
you
cheap-
nightmares. Just kind
Yeah,
of
we didn't want to like subliminally give you
Sleep time.
fish with
Yeah.
teeth nightmares or anything.
no.
Or floating in an inner tube and then sinking with your cooler attached.
No fish.
Get sucked through the center by your
You're
nuts
too greedy.
You're not a
from your own
You're like,
greed.
dude, the beers. Like, Andrew, dump the beers, dude. You're gonna die. I'm like, I can get it.
You're gonna get sucked through the middle, dude.
sleep tight.
We watched The Mummy the other day. This is really quick. I promise this won't take long.
okay,
We watched The
okay.
Mummy the other day and like
Scorpion King?
the guy gets trapped because he's trying to carry all of his gold with him. I was like, oh, dude, that would be totally me. Where I'm just like, wait, I can get it. And then I get trapped and then eaten by scarabs.
Nice.
That's what happened to that guy. It's
By scarabs.
really bad ending.
Classic.
Anyway, on that note, blue ball
right.
out.
Nice.
Aquawizard out. Oh, standing up is out.
All right, Brad,
Okay, press and stop now.